Peace, 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 peace. Alright, this is my video. Hold on a second. Just trying to... I just got in the door, so I'm just trying to... eat some chocolate. Sponsored by... No. Alright. So, this is so multidimensional. And this is a good... And actually... The song actually goes perfectly with it. I'll probably get a copyright strike even though I got it from friggin' YouTube, which makes 0 sense. This YouTube thing is a weird concept. I will also create one with a YouTube too. It goes back to the original way. You know what I'm saying? Whatever that was. But, anyway, getting off topic here. This is where I got Horus from. And it's so multi-dimensional. Hold on. Horus is right in here. That's the Talon I've been seeing too, which will go with Horus. But see, this little ditty right here. This thing is so dope. Let me find something. Okay. See how we have a profile here. It looks like he has a mask on. I'll do this. He has a mask on, but then it turns into Horus. Right? It turns into Horus. I'll do this. It turns into Horus. And that's Horus. And it was really cool because I was actually picking up on Horus. I get downloads from pretty much everything. Well, not everything, but definitely the ancients. So this goes into, this is Horus's eye, because Horus is here. And I was picking up on Apollo a while ago. For those of you who were with me out, and I was talking, like, called out, like, King David. I'm like, King David, because he does gematria, and I knew that it had to do with Apollo Creed, because it's all connected, with Horus, because Horus is here, which would describe that other sun, because we're seeing different suns, or some think it's actually a burn mark through, because it's really red behind the blue. But anyway, so this would be Horus this way. This is Horus's beak. Horus may be attacking something else here. It might be Horus's ship, too. Horus has a ship. So does Thoth, which is buried under the Sphinx. And so I'm going to play this, continue, because it's so... Turn this down now. It's so multi-dimensional. And then you have, in its bone, so here's a hand. This is a hand right here. This is a finger, that's a finger, that's a thumb, this is a hand. And then you have this being here with, kind of looks like those clown mask things. There's the eye, there's the nose, there's the mouth, because the Sumerians are here, and they are. And then you have this entity right here, which for a second there, I actually wondered if it was Isis, because they're all intertwined, because it's all multi-dimensional. Here's the profile in here as well. Here's her lips, her nose. It goes into her profile, or whatever profile that is. Hi, Jody. But that is a fucking hand. Pardon my mouth, but like, sometimes those words just really apply at these moments in time. That is a claw. That could be Horus's claw. This could be Horus's claw for all we know. You know what I mean? This is the gems to me as a paranormal investigator trying to figure out what I'm freaking looking at here. Because remember, I'm gonna back up a second. My channel started out because I woke up to a king and 2 sons. And before that, through my paranormal investigations, back in 2016, 15, 16, I was hearing Anubis is here. And I hadn't thought of Anubis since I was a kid. And I remember, like, being at this paranormal investigation, like, Anubis, yeah, well, like, that's serious? Alrighty. And, didn't really think of it after that, you know? And then, in 2019, going into 2020, we had clearly that huge shift happen, and I woke to a king and two sons return, and then I was guided to the Sumerians, and pretty much bought all these books I was absolutely guided to, and every deck I have I was guided to buy as well, and that's when I started doing my ancient reads. Because I knew Horus was here, I knew Isis was here, I knew Osiris was returning on Isis's wings, um, and um, then I learned that they had inserted Osiris's DNA into the collider. Um, a lot of Christians say Osiris is Nimrod. Osiris is not Nimrod. Osiris is not Nimrod. Marduk is Nimrod. It's either Marduk and or Enlil that's Nimrod. It's not Osiris. Remember, we're in Set's world, and the battle is back on again. And then they also use the two lions, right? Like Scar and Mufasa. This is where all these stories keep coming, full circle, and they just shove it in our face, and we think it's entertainment. And it's really not. These are signs. But this is a thumb, that's a finger, and that's a talon, and then we have a supernatural entity in here, and this is just incredible in here to me. It's like this just dipped. This was like a nosedive right into our world, but then it turns into Horus because it's multidimensional. And then I've also seen the Messiah too. Then we have an outline here. I know it's kind of hard to tell because I put people on the spectrum through it, but I'm tired of people just taking my work, and just tired of that. Anyway, this is bone right here. This is connected, and that would be like a fallen one. And then we have a face in here as well. Is Horus good? I don't know. I don't remember. I'm not gonna lie. None of them are my creator god of all it is. These are just characters that are returning. Always knew that they would as a kid. Always understood that. There's some kind of memory I brought through with that. And I remember my mother not trying to convince me, but like I would ask about the tombs, and I remember feeling the pictures in the books and having flashes of memories of them, and because we were here with them, and whether we were them or not, I don't know, but we were definitely here, and some things are very misunderstood. The Valley of Kings has risen. That came up a long time ago in my channelings, and or my oversoul telling me, however you want to put that. But I remember knowing that, like, when I started learning about the mummifications and what that was, and those jars that these tomb raiders went and stole, understanding that they knew how to resurrect, because Isis resurrected Osiris. Now, some Christianity would say that's where the 13 colonies became because of the 13 parts of Osiris. And they do say the phallus is the Washington Monument, and then the Capitol building is Isis, and that they're always trying to raise Isis and Osiris. But Osiris is not Nimrod. They're trying to raise Nimrod, which would be either like I said, Enlil and or Marduk. That's a very different concept. So this is going to be interesting with this election, because they are really all these eclipses, these solar flares, just the ruse, because your vote doesn't mean diddly poo. It doesn't. That's just an illusion and an energy vessel that you're feeding to help resurrect their lord, which is not Osiris. I find it weird that they keep saying it's Osiris, because it's not. Nimrod is not Osiris at all. So this election is powerful. We've had a lot of blood in the sky. Clearly we have a lot of bone and matter above us, rolling through us as well. So I was seeing another, I want to see if I can, there was another fallen one in here. I could see it was like fallen. So I feel like Horus is battling something in this situation here. Let's see if I can. That's what I mean, a lot of ritual. That's exactly what I just said. Okay, well, all right, so let's go here real quick. And then, this with Mark's picture, right? I mean, this is just, I think it's Poseidon. I could be wrong, clearly. I mean, but like, I see the Triton, okay? I do see the Triton, because I'm like, that's a crown. It also could be considered like a crown as well. It's definitely bone. I could see the face in it as well. It could be a huge cave that the waters are revealing because it is well, yeah, he's over there by Atlantis. He's on the other side of the pond, I believe. And that's what we're witnessing is parts of Atlantis being revealed. Hold on a second. Sorry about that. And then this just blows me away because that's so right there. That's just so right there. And then we have this face in here. You see it? This face in here, the supernatural entity in here. And this one right in here. Face right in there. There's something going on right in here too. It's like it's like an X-ray that we're now seeing like in color. But it also reminds me of some kind of crown at the same time. And then this was no coincidence. All wars throughout our history on Earth have been to control, dominate, interrupt the potent cosmic energy of our Templar system, stargates. Okay, because remember over there in Paris is a Stargate, Stargate 12, and have been used for wars and negative agendas for eons. We are moving to the final showdown, and I know you, Jody, you've been with me. I've been channeling that. It's a final countdown for a little bit now, and with the negative controllers who are making their final attempts to remain in control over Earth and prevent the liberation and ascension of human species, applauding their final moves. Humanity, and it's funny because Q Reeves just did a whole thing on that the other day about these beings and their energy almost holding us back from ascension, and here this popped up, so there's no coincidence. Humanity will never forget the heart-wrenching events of 9/11, in which the geopolitical and negative ET perspective has much broader meaning, which they did find big pieces of lizard. You'll never hear that, but they did. Meaning for why something so catastrophic occurred. It was clearly an energy cipher. There is a very powerful Stargate in Manhattan, yes, and I also got with the North Tower, that was the gate to hell. And I was like, whoa, okay, and I wouldn't come up with that. There's no way. And that these factions has been controlling and they use negative luge to remain, and remember, Ball is sitting over New York as well, to remain in control over these portals. That horrible event is an actual code for the negative 9/11 timeline, in which these beings wish to keep humanity locked into. This is why the date and war event chosen, and currently happening, the Palestine-Israel, is all connected to the same timeline, and this area of the planet has been in control center for broadcasting their agenda. That's why clearly they have the whole broadcasting center in New York City, ABC, NBC, RCA. Remember I was getting that, Jody? Stargates in Iraq and Iran, which are 10D and Jerusalem 2D, are some of the most important gates for the survival of the negative factions' agenda to remain in control. And this is why they're having battles over there. It's exactly why they're having battles over there. It's not against each other. It's about a battle of, they went over for the 7 tablets of destinies, and they got those, and we have those, well, America, whatever, whoever they are, and Stargate stuff, and they show us that in movies, but they're not battling like flesh, like man. They're battling beings over this stuff. It's most people don't realize that when they sign up. And then this is either Horus and or Ra, definitely. And some would say that is just what's behind the blue, which I can understand that too because it is red, and that was last year in Kentucky. And no, that's not a sun simulator. But hey, if you want to believe that, you out there that was so kind on my platform, you believe that all day long, little dude. And this was, see, this is like, you can tell the difference now. Like, it's almost like Pleasantville, right? How Pleasantville and that all changed when they would, and they would go in color and live in color. It's just changing here, and the light is helping it change. They needed this. They're switching out the moon too, because that came through from Inky. Inky spoke about the moon being switched out, and what surprise, we have another moon. Can't make this shit up even on a good day if I wanted to. So this is like fascia coming together here through this light. I just wanted to show some of the images that were from yesterday. And this is just, for those who are new, like this is blurred out. This is what's really here. It's not clouds. This is blurred out. That's why it's blue. Okay, and the sun, we'll do it this way. It's an entity because there's a face right here. There's a huge face right here. It's a huge entity. And we're seeing bits and pieces of it. What are you doing, buddy? Oh, you gotta hear this. Ready? This is a fucking rodent. All night long I hear that. I think it's up here. Or it's chewing the rock. I don't know. It's trying to get out. I have it buried. And I think it's only one left. I don't know why it's not dead. I put a huge chunk of poison in there and that thing is still alive. I think it's up in here. I don't know. That's just pretty loud. I wanted to share that. That's like, it keeps me up all night long. I'm beyond exhausted from listening to freaking rodents. Look at this piece in here. These are clearly like tubes or what's the word on the cannon style. Yeah, I know, puppies. Sorry, I thought I heard something. And this is just like tissue fascia flesh. See, it's got red in it, so that means it's got RBCs. We'll just call it RBCs and plasma. Same with this is plasma here. So something is forming, it's connecting. I don't think it's ripping apart. I think it's actually connecting. I think that Tiamat is healing and coming back together. It's just my thoughts on that. There's an entity back in here as well. There's one right here. There's a lot in this. And of course we have the RBCs, the plasma. Oh, I'm over this shit. I'm out of here. There's the bear that I keep seeing. There's a man's back right here. There's his arms. There's the bear coming through. It just actually, you know what? It's a blessing that that's going on. That's how I look at things. Like, that's a blessing. Because it's another, like, not that I need an excuse or anything, but it's just like another yam out here. See you later. You have a rodent problem, it ain't my problem, it's your problem. See you later. Because it ain't just in this unit. Anyway, can you see this is a being in here? There's something going on in here with an entity as well. There's this ship right in here. And a piece of it right in here as well. Let's see. It's coming through here. These ships are just going to appear and people are going to just go, what? What? So there's those. And there was a lot yesterday that came through. You can see the outline of the face and the body here. And it's just sitting above. Just want to make sure that thing doesn't chew through. That's why I haven't slept. I just want to make sure it doesn't chew through. And it's like it knows Valentino's up. Come to think of it, Valentino's been playing with these little dudes for 7 years. I don't know why I say that. For 2 years. Unbeknownst to me, they've been his little buddies. This isn't the first time. They're coming through my back door now. That's the only reason why I'm really, like, I've wondered if we had them. Because they don't do any upkeep on this place. Considering all the money they get. Corporate America for you. And then I wondered if we did. I felt like we did. And then, like, yeah. So he thinks that they're his little friends, but he had gotten, Valentino had gotten mites really bad. And I was like, what the hell's going on? Because he's not an outdoor, he's indoor. And it's just him and me. And, he didn't look too good for a little bit there. I was really scared. And then I got diatomaceous earth and started using that, and he's great now. But I was like really nervous that and I was like, oh, it's the rodents, because they carry all kinds of gross stuff. Anyway, side note. TX Magi lately. Where's that on? Is that on YouTube or like a podcast? Hold on a second. Did that get out? Tell me that thing did not get out. No, it's going up and down. Let me hear how intelligent the manager is here. For those who appreciate this stuff. You know this is a trim, right? You know if you take that off, it's a hollow piece, and usually there's, what the fuck is that called? I know the word. Insulation in here, because you have to put that and that. I mean, Jesus, it's just basic friggin' construction, right? He's like, this is solid. Like it's a, like, and I'm looking at him like, were you just born? Like, how long you been a manager or something like this? And you're trying to convince me? Come on now. This is a solid piece, and there's no way, like, that's how they talk at you. They just talk at you. That's why I have zero tolerance for people that talk at other people. Like, we're not stupid. So, yeah, it's going up and down. It was just creepy as fuck. Anyway, sorry. So, I will. Okay, I will check it out. This thing's trying to get us. It's just creeping me out. Listening to that just creeps me the fuck out. I'm going to edit this, though, real quick. So what do you guys talk about? There's a face right there. See it? Hey, G. There's a face right there. Sorry. I'm a little distracted by the rodent. I have it buried, but that doesn't mean it can't get out. I know you put a link on your look at it. Even looks like it has like horns or something right in here. See that? Kind of looks like Jesus, honestly, but with horns. They're the same character. In case you don't know that. Then look at this. These are like poles. There's a structure in here. And then we have a peekaboo thing coming through. A face right here. Like, this is sitting over Boston. Oh, I mean, okay, you're not going to tell us what you're talking about? I'll just check it out. I'll click on the link. I know you put a link in your, and yeah, I posted that. And I talked about how the military have third generation night vision that see these. And some lady has them. It was like back in 2018. I came across her, and she was like, you would be freaked out. And I actually had filmed one in the tree outside of my house, and it freaked me the fuck out when I saw one of these outside in the tree in my yard. I was like, holy shit, oh my God, they're really, like, it was a moment. I've seen a lot of things, but that was a moment. And then I came across this lady talking about the third generation glasses the military use, and that's why they use them, and blah, blah, blah. No, Boston really doesn't work. We're in a Stargate over here. Thank you for that, though. You're up there in the flaps. See, look at this. That's Valentino doing that. It looks like a screamer. There's an eye. It looks like it's open mouth screaming. It's a lot of crowns as well. I think things in Atlantis were a lot of crowns, to be honest with you. These are just ones I haven't edited yet, but you can see the structure here. And no, I don't think it's a planet. I'm sorry, I don't. I think it's what surrounds us, to be honest with you, permeating through, along with other things that are coming through. That's just my take on it. Take it or leave it. You were talking about missing time experience. Ooh, no, that's up my alley. That's up my alley. That is up my alley. Missing time. That's a really significant sign when you're missing time. Yes, it is. See the outline of this thing? There's an eye right there. There's another one up here. And then, of course, everything mirrors the moon. Yesterday, I swear to God, I saw the moon. The moon was like right on top of us. But what we think is the moon, right on top of us. I could see all the craters and everything. I'm like, that's the freaking moon. We stare at. It says it's about millions upon millions upon millions. What? It's not. It's right here. We're in the reflection of it. Because you can take anything here, anything, any pattern, anything here in this world, and match it up to the moon. We're in the reflection. We're in the spectrum of actual vibration of light. Like that's why there's TV. That's why they use mirrors and cameras, and we have mirrors, and that's why there's mirrors. That's why we can't see our own face unless we have a mirror, because we're in a mirror image of. Does that make sense? Oh, Gator, I am sure you have had missing time. Where you live, I can't imagine that you haven't, my friend. I really would love to have like a place where I can have a bunch of you on and have these kinds of conversations. You know what I'm saying? But you have to either, if someone knows how to do that, talk to me, because I really would like to try to do that. The ISS. ISIS. Huh? So this is like over my area here. You can see the arm right here. You can see the neck and the head of the being. Round, yes. Gotta figure out how to do that. Do you know how to do that? And then can you see the eye right there and the big face right there? Yeah, I like that. Do you know how to do that? Because I know you can invite others on a live. I just haven't like done that yet. But I think that would be a good idea to do that. And dreams specifically. Interesting. Would that be something you're interested in doing there, Dragon Sage? I got a few people that would. I know Maverick would come on. I will. No, I definitely will. I'm with you on that, Gata. My dreams are more in prophetic endeavors versus little grays. Although I've woken up to something at the foot of my bed, it scared the shit out of me, and it moved super fast. I startled it. And it was like 3 feet tall. And I was awake. I didn't imagine it. I saw it. As much as I'm staring at this camera right now, I saw it. It was freaky. Yeah, most of us do. Most of us do. It's a gift. And it can feel like a curse sometimes, too. And it can. But this is okay, so this is a huge being. His is his shoulder, his arm, his head, his eyes, his hair. Whatever he's holding, this piece of, I don't know what the heck this is right here, but he's looking upon it, and this actually has carving in it of like a lioness face. There's the eye of it, you see that? I mean, there's a lot going on up here. It's a whole battle. I bet you have, Gator. I can't imagine you not being witness to it, to be honest. And most people just don't remember either. But the fact that you remember is really cool. Do you remember when they didn't exist? Raise your hand. Remember when they didn't exist? I don't listen to anything on the news because I was foretold by my guides that that's the ruse. It's the when you're going to see them yourself. That's not the ruse. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but I'm not saying it isn't gonna go, but like when it's mainstream, it's almost like don't even pay attention to the mainstream. So it's just pay attention to your own intuition, your own, what you're seeing, what you're experiencing versus the news. Because, they didn't exist a couple of years ago at all. Poor Betty and Bonnie Hill, what they went through. And those people that told was swamp gas. You just saw swamp gas, diminishing their reputation and their experience. And not that other people's opinions definitely don't define what we experience and go through, but it's pretty crappy when you're trying to let people know something and then you have the government coming in, which is weird why they're even involved anyway, to me. I think that's very weird. I feel like we're on a base. Like we are. The colonies would be clearly colonizations of a base put together for humanity as a freaking science experiment. You probably don't remember. I feel like, I'm not you, but I feel like you have, especially if you've seen one. Most likely you have. You just don't remember. They got to be careful with that memory dust stuff because it can wipe out like everyday stuff, appointments, and interfere in your everyday life. And they're not supposed to do that, but they still do. But whatever. Anyway, so I just wanted to start off with that of Horus. I thought that was really dope. See, like I was like, the more I was looking, I'm like, this is Horus. And then here we are talking about this, and this dude is incredible. This is like, he is there. It's like God is sketching, like, here's a man here, and he's got something else on his head up here. But those are eye sockets. That's an arm. There's his body, and he's holding whatever this piece is right here. And I really appreciate, hanging with all of you, and I really would like to talk more. And no, these aren't planets. I'm sorry, they're not planets. How is this a planet? Oh, it's pushing into our world, punch clouds. Like, no, that's a freaking shoulder. Okay, that's a shoulder, that's an arm, and there's actually a face in that as well because it's so multidimensional. It's not a planet. It's not a planet. Oh, okay. Yeah, you're up in Canada, but you're right by. Someone else was on here from Lake Erie that commented on here. Lake Erie's been coming up a lot, so keep an eye out on that. Something about Lake Erie is coming up a lot again. And that's where Michael Lee Hill had his experience as well, and he's had conversations with Inky, and he's actually connected to Inky. Pennsylvania came up again today in the news. I'm just like pinning this stuff. I can't remember. It'll come to me. It was relevant though with a town in Pennsylvania. What, this picture being kind of, this is kind of eerie? Is that what you mean? Yeah, it is. This is supernatural. You know, we've been lied to on such a massive scale, but then we haven't. We haven't. If if we do open up scriptures and we read them, we're reading them with a 2 and 3 dimensional thought process, and we look at the old ancient paintings. It shows us all the time of realms opening up. What's behind the veil will be revealed. The Starry Night, when that came out on the news, I laughed my ass off because I said that a long time ago. I'm like, those are not a starry night. Those are energy signatures. Those are realms. Those are portals that he painted that he must have seen. Van Gogh must have seen that. Was it Van Gogh who painted that? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I actually worry about you a little bit, G, over there. I do, because there's clearly a lot of activity happening. Clearly, a lot of activity happening. And that's like, almost like ground zero, man. For real, where you are. So just be careful, stay frosty. Just stay frosty. If you got cameras for your house too, even though that stuff shuts it down, so I don't know how that would work. I don't know, just stay frosty, G, because I do think about you a lot with a lot of this activity going on. Same, like, up in the northern states, up by the Great Lakes, all the way across over to Oregon, Seattle, Washington. That was a huge portal and a flap, because that is clearly the Ring of Fire over there. Ohio, which is the Nile River, and then me over here on the East Coast, because there's a Stargate and portal right off the coast where I am. Exactly, Jody. It's just more will be revealed, right? There really is. I think that's why they, stopped exploring. I think they discovered something that scared the crap out of them, and they decided, let's go explore space, the waters above. Like I said, more will be revealed with the pyramids, and they will, and they will, and they will. And we're filming the ruins. We're filming those ruins that are going around us in the waters above, from Atlantis and Lemuria and Babylon, and I don't know, pick a friggin' timeline, and CERN's definitely playing with timelines. And then I was reading up on the one of the simulators that China was making that was basically altering the magnetic energy here. And I was just like, oh, because that's what we need. It's like, who are these people deciding to do these things? Are they people? I don't think so. Why are you doing this? So they're altering a lot, and we're feeling it. And it's just like, be like water. Just keep moving through. Try not to get attached to anything. Try to just keep staying in your light and your faith and whatever it is that you do that keeps you right with the Most High God. And I feel like we'll be okay, Anyway, everybody have a good night. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for being here. It actually looks like some kind of piece of chalice, too. Like I don't know, some kind of ancient chalice piece. I don't know. It's a piece, though. This is huge. Anyway. Yeah, stay strong. Roger that. Peace out.